Welcome back to AM Northwest. You only get one chance to make a first impression, a good first impression. Here to help us make the most of that moment, we welcome back the author of The Emotional Marine, mental toughness expert, Eric Ritmeyer. How you doing, Eric?
Helen, I'm wonderful. I have a joke for you. Did you hear about the new restaurant on the moon?
No.
Great food, no atmosphere.
Good one. Good one. Good one. Okay, let's talk about this making a good first impression. Maybe not using that joke, but okay. You say one of the first rules that you have, or an idea that you have, is to master the art of gossip.
Sounds backwards, doesn't it? 'Cause you hear gossip, you think like you should never gossip, and generally speaking, you shouldn't, because normally it's a negative thing. It just degrades us of our own character, ruins somebody's reputation. But what happens is when we gossip, people unconsciously associate the things we're saying about other people to us.
Yeah.
So if I say something negative to you about somebody else, you associate negative feelings to me. So we can take the exact opposite of that. If we gossip positively about people, say nice things to people behind their backs, you actually transfer positive energy to us. It makes us look better that way.
Yeah, and I think they trust you more, right? I mean, because I think when someone gossips negatively, the idea is, oh boy, what do they say about me when I'm not here?
Well, exactly. I think that's the other misconception. A lot of people think, well, they're just gossiping to me about somebody else, but they don't gossip about me to somebody. It's like, come on, if they're talking about everybody else, they're talking about you too. Leave the negativity behind, absolutely.
Yeah. Develop your effective presence.
Yeah, I refer to this as our emotional signature. We all have this. Effective presence is the ability to make somebody feel good about themselves. So someone with positive effective presence is that one that kind of has that it factor. When you meet them, it's like, what is it about this person? I just feel good about myself. So positive effective presence is the ability to transfer how we're feeling to others. And not only is it how we're feeling, but someone who's really good at this can actually make people feel good about themselves, even if they internally don't feel good. It's a pretty cool skill.
Is that something all these strategies you talk about, do you practice them every day?
I do. You know, everybody always asks, like, well, are you born with it, not born with it? Like, good looks. I wasn't born with good looks, okay? I can't do anything about that. IQ, I wasn't born with a high IQ. I can't do anything about that. But these things, really, these emotional intelligence skills, Helen, these are soft skills that anybody can learn. We just have to put some emphasis on it. We have to be aware, self-aware, and put some effort into just trying these things. But you have to be sincere and you have to be authentic. That's critically important.
Yeah, authentic is a good one. And you say to make connections, not impressions.
Yeah, we're always so worried about first impressions. That's important. That's wonderful. But that first impression is one thing. But making deep connections is another thing. I use an acronym. Us Marines, we like acronyms so we can remember stuff. I use an acronym called FROM. It stands for Family, Recreation, Occupation, Motivation. When you meet people, talk to them about things and find some commonalities amongst one of those things, whether it's family, recreation, occupation, motivation, whatever, and then dig deeper, learn more about them, ask questions. It's a wonderful way to connect.
Okay, I would think too that listening is really key. I mean, you have to really listen, like, especially when someone says their name for the first time, when we're talking first impressions, when they say their name, listen and repeat it back so you get it right.
And here's the thing with the word listen, Helen, if you ever thought about this, listen has the same exact letters as the word silent. So we have to get much better at listening with the intent to understand, not with the intent to reply. You're absolutely spot on. Us guys have a hard time with listening. We're not good at this.
Okay. Remove the walls.
Yeah, we have to be more vulnerable, right? I'm not talking about my feet stink or I snore, I slobber when I sleep, but remove those walls. And what I do is I talk to people and I say, pretend like when you're talking with somebody, pretend that you're not able to say any words back to them. Use the same facial expressions you would use as if you weren't able to talk back. It's also referred to as like talking to a baby in a crib. When you talk to a baby, think about the facial expressions you use. When you're talking with people, use those same facial expressions to show happiness or sadness or tell me more. You can do all these things non-verbally without saying a word.
Okay. And then you think it's a good idea to learn to give and then also receive compliments.
Yeah, giving, both of these are difficult to do. And I think with the giving part especially, I love to give compliments personally. If I see somebody, I'll talk about their eyes, their hair, whatever. A lot of people have a difficult time giving the compliments because they feel like they might not be received well. But then also getting compliments, people have a hard time with this. It creates this cognitive dissonance where when somebody says something to us, we don't normally see ourselves as what they're saying. So it creates this disconnect where they're saying I have nice hair. I don't see myself as having nice hair. So we take it in a weird way. But we have to get better at giving them and also receiving them.
So how do you handle when people compliment you on your biceps?
I thought you were saying my hair. I had that one ready to go. It creates a cognitive dissonance for me because I'm like, no, don't do it. It's hard to do. But these are the simplest things, Helen. It's so easy to connect with people. It's just one of the things we have to be aware and we have to realize that everybody loves each other. We have to get over this fabricated hate. It's so simple to do.
All right. We're going to tell everyone the book again is called The Emotional Marine. Eric Ritmeyer. Eric, thank you so much.
You're the best, Helen. Thank you for having me. Have a nice weekend.
You too. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.